Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another Steve Rising video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Umeko, which is the new character that's also going to be added to the game whenever this Estela banner actually goes live. And while everyone's kind of been focusing on Estela, including myself because I love Estela, Umeko is definitely going to be a must-have, and it's going to be another one of those S-tier characters. Umeko just has tons of survivability built straight into her kit, while at the same time having an incredible amount of utility, being able to apply some big debuffs on enemies, allowing the whole team to do more damage against enemies. She's pretty much gonna be a must-have for any raid bosses or any team scenarios. You're always gonna want to have an Umeko. So we'll talk about the things that we know, like the weapons she uses, her abilities, and afterwards we'll talk about some of the artifacts that I think are gonna work pretty well on her. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, remember to like and subscribe for some more Destiny Rising content. And now let's get into it, and first let's start with the weapons that she actually uses. She actually uses a scout rifle plus a sniper rifle. Yes, that is the exact same loadout as Tan 2, she also uses as well. So the weapons that you would actually use on Tan, you can actually use for Umeko as well, and just like Tan, she's going to be a very supportive character. And now let's take a look at Umeko's abilities, and I do have to warn you, this is going to be from the beta, so there is the possibility that one or two things change. But so far, everything that we saw in the beta, that's how basically the characters have released. So there's no reason for me to think that there's going to be like a big shakeup of her abilities. I think what we're seeing, it is what we're going to get. Maybe the damage numbers get tweaked a bit, but that's about it. So let's start with her very first ability, the Shadow Shuriken. Umeko throws a Shuriken, inflicting Shadow's Curse and dealing void damage to enemies. And enemies inflicted with 3 or more stacks of Shadow's Curse take additional bit of damage. So this is the big debuff and the big reason that she's actually going to be as crazy as she is. This is going to be her main ability. You actually have 3 charges on this ability. I do remember that from the beta. So when it's fully charged up, you can immediately apply those 3 stacks and just make whatever enemy you choose be able to take more damage from the whole team, which is going to be huge. This right here is the reason that she's going to be so good, not only in team play, but just general play in general. Just something being able to take more damage, not only for you, but for the whole team, is going to be amazing. So this is going to be both your damage as well as your debuff and ability. But it's not the only way that we're going to be able to debuff enemies, but we'll get into that a little later. Now the second ability is Void Step. Umeko dashes forward, becoming invisible and increasing her speed, as well as activating Void Healing. This has a lot of things on this skill. First, it gives you survivability because it makes you invisible, while at the same time offering you healing. That right there is such a strong combination for just giving you survivability, because not only are the enemies not going to target you, you're also going to be constantly healing. And this also helps your teammates as well, this supportive ability, because the healing is around you. It's like a circle around you, so if you're around any teammates, they'll be getting healed as well. This ability would be really good even if it was just healing for yourself, but it giving healing to your teammates as well is just the cherry on top. It's so good, and it also gives your teammates celebration so they can move a little faster. So this right here is gonna be your survivability. Whenever you're in trouble or whenever you see your teammates in trouble, make sure you use this skill to heal them. And her super is the Singularity Shuriken. Umeko throws her super enhanced Shuriken, dealing void damage, as well as inflicting 4 stacks of Shadow Curse. And it also creates a brief singularity that pulls in enemies and damages them. This is gonna be a crazy ability. Now this super pretty much guarantees that you always have a way to actually activate that Shadow Curse on an enemy. So even if you don't have your actual signature ability, but you still want to activate the Shadow Curse, you're going to immediately be able to just pop your super and put 4 stacks on an enemy. So you don't have to worry about just making sure that you always have your signature ability to proc it. You'll always have your super in case you really need it. And it even does a little extra damage, which is definitely going to be nice. And also pulling enemies closer to it so they also take damage and get inflicted by the Shadow Curse is going to be awesome. So she essentially just focuses on healing teammates as well as just constantly being able to allow the enemies to take more damage. She's a very good debuffer, and this just on its own, even without the healing, would make her a very top tier character, but paired up with the healing, she's just awesome. She's definitely going to be a nice tier character, and you're going to be seeing her quite a lot. And the best part of it is that she's a 4-star, so a lot of you guys will be able to not only get her, but also probably multiple copies of her, and really get the most out of Umeko. Now, we do have some missing information. I do not have anything on the passive. I don't personally remember what the passive was. And I also don't have any screenshots of the passive. I searched online about the passive, but it gave me very conflicting information. So I'm not really gonna tell you guys something that I possibly might be wrong. And I also don't have any information on the traits for like getting multiple copies of her. So we'll have to wait for the actual release date to actually take a look at those. But now let's actually talk about some possible artifact mods that you can be getting right now that I think are going to be good on her. Now Umeko can do multiple things, so she actually has quite a bit of flexibility with mods, but I feel like the best ones are going to be the ones that involve actually using your signature abilities. Because you can actually stack one of them up 3 times, meaning that you can actually use it quite a lot, and it's just, I think, the best path you can take with Umeko. Now for this very first one, there's a couple of different choices that you can go with, but none of them are like super great. But Abundant Planetesimal I think is gonna be the best one. Whenever you cast a signature ability, it's gonna restore health for 5 seconds, and you're gonna be able to stack this to a maximum of 3 times. Now if you don't want the healing over time, but big chunks of healing, then Healing Planetesimal I think is gonna be the best. And those two I say are the best ones in this slot right here. We have a couple of other ones, but none of them are super great. For a second, I looked at Nimble Veil, giving you some damage reduction, and I figured, that was gonna be pretty good. But then, you go invisible whenever you activate your actual movement ability, which means you already are not gonna be targeted by enemies, meaning that the extra damage assistance is probably not gonna be used all the time. Unless you're getting hit by like AoE abilities that are not specifically targeting you, you could go for the more supporting style with Talisman of Arrival. Whenever you heal a teammate to full health, they'll continue to regen for a couple more seconds afterwards. So this one can be pretty good, and it's gonna make the healing you provide to teammates even stronger, adding more survivability to the team. For this second one, I think Upright Tenacity is gonna work pretty well. Whenever your shield gets broken, you gain some damage resistance. And it's quite a bit of damage resistance, even just at level 1, you're already getting 10% damage resistance. This is gonna give you some more survivability whenever you definitely need it when you're low on health, and it's gonna make it so you're more likely to actually survive, healing with your ability whenever you have damage resistance. So I think this one's gonna work pretty well, and I think it's probably the best one here. For this third one, you have 2 really good ones. You have either Calming Token. This one's gonna give you increased precision damage and accuracy whenever you're stationary. This is like the go-to if you're doing any sort of like boss damage. This is gonna be really good, and it's just gonna increase your damage a whole lot more. Or you could also go with Courageous Planetesimal. After you use any ability, it increases the damage you deal for 10 seconds. And because of all the ability spamming that we're going to be doing, just constantly using our signature abilities, this one I think is going to work pretty well. The really good thing about this one is that it increases all sort of damage. So it's not just precision damage, body shot damage, even signature ability damage. All your damage is going to be increased with Courageous Planetesimal. And for this final one, we're just going to be keeping it simple. It's going to be another ability one with Bellicose Planetesimal. So after using our signature abilities, we're going to be improving our weapon damage. And this one is quite a lot, even at level 1, it's already 10%. So this one's going to be very nice, and it's just going to be making our weapons do even more damage. This one specifically, I think is going to work really well if you go with the Calming Token, because then it's going to increase your precision damage on your weapons, as well as just your weapon damage in general. But even if you are running Planetesimal over here, Courageous Planetesimal, it's still going to work pretty well. Just giving your weapons more damage, it's always going to be pretty good. Especially, again, because of just how many abilities we're going to be spamming. It's going to be something that we're constantly going to be able to have up and just always be taking advantage of. So those are currently the ones that I think that kind of work best with Umeko. And make sure that you guys are also going to be farming some of those elemental fruits if you are going to want to use Umeko the first day. You're going to need a lot of fruits, so make sure you farm them as well. But with that, we're going to end today's video. Hopefully you guys found it useful, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and you got to learn a little bit about Umeko and the character she's going to be. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about Umeko? Do you like her? Do you not like her? Are you going to be going for her? Or even if you're going for Estela, are you planning on playing her if you do get her? Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.